Hello and welcome to Solarplanner.eu. Solarplanner is an automated rooftop solar and batteries planner that runs rooftop image recognition of your house, simulates PV production for that exact slope and orientation, and optimizes the setup of solar panels and batteries. If you have any questions about the product itself, please come to the FAQ part on the homepage where many of the questions are already answered. When we want to start a new calculation, we can just press Take me to the product page, or we can press New Calculation tab on the website. Here, we need to register or log in if we are already registered. The simplest possibility is to use one of the social networks, for example, Google. We will be able to pass the login site in one click. Once we have logged in, we will come to the input screen. Here, the only two inputs that we need for a successful calculation is a yearly electricity consumption in kilowatt hours and your address. If you want to, if you don't know an exact address, you can also just press on the map. As I don't have a house myself in Denmark, I will just press on the first available building, which is in Gentofte Kommune, and I will use some average electricity consumption for a four-person family, which can be around 5,500 kilowatt hours per year. We press start calculation, and that's it. Within several seconds, we will be redirected to the results screen, which you can see is under the tab called Previous Calculation. Here we have a drop-down menu with previous calculations, and the current one that is running will be at the top. In the first stage, we will be receiving results for the rooftop image recognition, after which stage we will get exact slopes, orientation, and area of each of the rooftop sites that was detected. As we can see in this satellite image, this rooftop has 4 sides, 2 relatively large located on east and west, and 2 smaller ones located on north and south. Once the results are ready, we can see it in this view, and we can match the colors on the right-hand side next to each rooftop site with the side of rooftop sketch that is here on the right. For example, this dark green corresponds to this rooftop. We can see that the orientation is west. We can see useful area and the rooftop slope. Then we can see that this light green color is corresponding to this rooftop side. It's oriented towards the south. We can see the area as well as the slope. We will produce only 4 largest rooftop sites in this numerical table, where all the different rooftop sites that we detect will be designated with different colors. Now we can already see that we got results for solar panels only, while the calculation for solar panels and batteries is still ongoing. In this view, we can see a dashboard with the total investment and different shares of different parts of the setup. We can see the payback period and monthly savings. On the right side, you can see key technical parameters, which is for this specific case, a PV plant of 6.5 kilowatts. And if you press details, you will get specific results on how many panels you need to put on which rooftop side. For this setup, we can see that the optimally calculated solar planner setup corresponds to 12 solar panels located on the side facing south and the 5 panels located on the side facing west. You can also see that the optimal inverter capacity is slightly lower than the capacity of solar panels. In the graphs that you can see in the central part of the screen, we can see monthly balance summary, where you can see self-consumption, electricity sold to the grid per month, electricity bought from the grid, and PV generation itself. You can see that logically PV generation is much higher in the summer months. If you want to play a bit with figure, you can press and exclude different parts of this figure and focus only on the important figures for yourself. On the lower graph, you can see the hourly electricity flow, which tells you when the electricity flows from the grid, when you send extra electricity to the grid, when the PV is generating, as well as your simulated electricity demand based on your yearly consumption that you entered. You can zoom in and zoom out using the scroll button on your mouse or two fingers on your mobile phone. And then you can, for example, zoom in the winter month to see how it behaves in a different way compared to the summer months. Now we can see that the loading button for solar panels and batteries is not there anymore, which means that the run for solar panels and batteries is also ready. If we press here, we can now compare few differences compared to solar panels only and solar panels and batteries. We can see that the investment for solar panels and batteries is significantly larger. However, the payback period is lower and the savings are higher. Correspondingly, if we focus on the key technical parameters, we can see for this specific case that because we are using batteries, our whole optimal plant is larger than it's the case when we don't have a battery. It is important to notice that we are running the economic optimization. So we are trying to minimize your payback period and maximize your savings. We already preload the current tax scheme for the specific country for which you are running. Right now, Solarplanner works fully only for Denmark. Thus, we also load specific tax scheme, distribution fees, transmission fees for this specific country and for a specific region within a country if there are some specifics. You will find all the old runs, actually last 5 runs in the drop-down menu, which you can always go back. And if you wish to receive a non-binding quote, you can just press on the link, which will send you to the third-party website. We have only already entered description field based on the optimally calculated setup for you. Thus, you don't need to do this part. The only fields that you need to enter is your email, telephone number, your name, and the address, and ask for 3 different offers that are all non-binding. I hope that this made clearer how Solarplanner is supposed to be run. If you have any questions, please visit the FAQ part on the homepage.